Hello again. Well, here we are again, talking about costs and debt and all sorts of things. But look, I'm here to help. So, look, most people don't have a debt problem. They have one thing that is their problem, and that is an income issue. So, the world wants you to think that debt is your problem and interest is your problem and the wealthier the problem and all of this sort of bullshit that happens out there. But look, it's an income problem you have. When you're in a job especially, you have a fixed income, maybe a bonus now and then, maybe a salary increase if you're lucky. Oh, my light's blinkering. Good old UK weather, eh? But look, it's an income problem. So look, inflation's not going away. Tax rises keep coming. Your pensions are under pressure. We have wars that demand more tax money as well as lots of other things. And relying on the government or a job for your future is pretty much financial suicide. If you're earning the same as you were 5 years ago or close to it, then you've been standing still. In fact, you've been going backwards, which is bloody worse. Life is getting more expensive by the week. And if your income isn't growing, your lifestyle is shrinking and is quite frankly getting worse and just overall shit, yeah? So look, having money doesn't make you happy, but it certainly makes life easier. And you're better off having money than not having money and not being able to pay your bills and losing your home and having to downsize your car and all the rest of it. So look, the average person is being priced out of life with homes, food, fuel, holidays, you name it. It's all going up, and not just up by 1 or 2%, but up by sometimes 26%, 47%. You know, it's going up. It's all rising. Meanwhile, wages and salaries are barely shifting. The gap is quite phenomenal when it comes to your extra salary versus all of your extra costs. So don't believe any government that is telling you that, you know, more money for your pocket, because that just isn't happening. It's less money for your pocket, and they bloody well know it. Makes me angry, actually. So most people get stuck. So look, you borrow to survive. You often chase opportunities and fail, and you know, you're trading time for money. Then wonder why you feel tired, trapped, and behind. Inflation 2.8%, salaries up an average of 5.9%, so roughly a 3.1% real growth in salaries. But you know, you look at the extra costs. There's always a but to these things. You always look at the extra costs. So the average cost in reality is utility bills up 6.4%, water bills 26%, council tax 5%, broadband and phone 6.4%. Overall, household bills combined impact are up like you wouldn't believe. And this is without talking about your travelling costs, your food, your clothes, all the other bits as well. This is just basically utility bills, all up. So look, when your salaries go up an average of 5.9%, which to be honest, I've not met anyone, well, no one, where their basic salary has jumped 5.9%. It's usually 2%, maybe 3% if you've got a good employer. But I've never seen them at 5.9, so I don't know where the government get these numbers from. Anyway, either way, you're out of pocket. The real solution isn't just cutting costs. Now, you should look at your costs, absolutely. You should shop around, absolutely. Utility bills, can't do much about water, can't do much about council. Wish we could, but we can't. But you can with your utility bills, your broadband, your gas, electric, that kind of stuff. Shop around. Your car insurance, shop around it, definitely. Now, whether through side hustles or digital businesses, smart investing, or learning how to turn what you know into money. More income means more choice. This doesn't mean to say give up your day job, give up your salary, because I appreciate some people have lots of comfort around that. But it certainly does mean you have to generate income by other methods. Now, I'll give you an example. I sold my garden furniture the other day. I sold it on Facebook Marketplace. I probably put it up too cheap, to be quite frank, but I see lots of cheap things on there. And I put it up at £240 and it sold within the hour. Now, I have a sneaky suspicion, and it doesn't bother me because I got what I wanted, that the young lad that bought it was going to resell it. And he probably will. And he'll probably make a markup of another 150 on top of that. It's the right season and it was good furniture. But I don't mind that because it puts money in someone else's pocket. But they're the kind of things you can do. You buy cheap, you sell higher. You buy cheap, you pick up free from free ads, you refurbish, you sell. 100% profit. These kind of things. So you have to generate more income elsewhere. People need to stop playing defense. And a lot of people are defensive over this thing. They think tax the rich, tax the rich. It doesn't work. I've done the statistics. There's another video on it. I'll link it at the end of this. It doesn't work. I've gone through about 7 or 8 countries in Europe that do wealth taxes. It works in one, Switzerland. And the reason it works in Switzerland is because their corporation tax is almost zero. So UK don't stand a hope in hell in it. So wealth taxes will just make everyone worse off again. So don't be fooled by it. So people need to stop playing defense and start playing offense. So you've got to get in the front foot mindset. You've got to get looking at ways to generate more income. If you're married, look at more ways to generate more income. If you have teenage kids, get them to generate more income. This is what you do. And kids are great at the technology side, so utilize their skills too. You can do side hustles, you can do feeder businesses. There's many things you can look at. So it's a question of mindset, a question of will, desire, and whether you're lazy or you prefer pizza and TV on a Friday night. That's up to you. When I built my company, I started at 19, I built it for 32 years. I was doing 15, 16, 17 hours a day, 4 or 5 hours sleep, no word of a lie for years, and absolute focused on building that business. Then I sold it out to private equity 3.5 years ago. Now I invest, I make videos, and I mess around like that. So look, I've been through it. I've gone from sleeping in the car at 18 to worrying about how am I going to pay my £25 electric bill. And then I won't pay the gas bill, so I can pay the electric bill and hope that, some money comes in somewhere and I can pay it all. I've been through these kind of things. Everyone else is still chasing job titles, they're still chasing pay rises. They're not outpacing inflation and all the other costs. It's not a plan. It's a slow bleed. You're just bleeding yourself to death. So you have to have a conscious and active plan to get out of the shit and the more bullshit that is coming your way, my way, more taxes, more hikes. If you want to retire richer and not poorer, then your focus has to come from today, but it must shift. Make income growth your obsession. So income is your priority one. Have skills over savings. You think you're putting money in the bank and it's great for a rainy day and the rest. Yeah, don't get me wrong, you have to have some money in the bank for rainy days, but maybe not as much as if you have any. Because your money in the bank is going backwards, by inflation. I've got some numbers here that I dug out. For every £1 or $1 or €1 or one anything that you have in the bank, it's going backwards. So for every 10 years, that £1 or $1 at a 2% inflation rate, now bear in mind inflation rate is a lot higher right now, will be worth 82 pence. So you are losing almost 20% over a 10-year period on your money. Now, as inflation goes up and down and the rest of it, you're likely to lose more like 30%. So your £1 will be worth 70 pence in 10 years' time. So keeping it in the bank is not always an option. Keep some, but invest the rest in a business, in some stock to resell. Not financial advice. It's up to you. I'm just here to help. You do these kind of things. So if you want to retire better off, richer, whatever word you want to use, and not poorer, your focus really needs to be on that income strategy. So you've got to figure it out with your partner, or if you're alone, figure it out alone. You need to decide now. If you do nothing, you just get swallowed up by the system. You get eaten alive. It's hard to break the system. The system is designed to keep you poor. Fact. Okay, so to stop inflation, they don't want pay rises because that gets added to inflation. You're poorer. To stop inflation, they want job losses. You're poorer. The system is designed against you, which is why you have 1% or the top 10% or the top 1% doing their thing, because it's hard bloody work. To be in the top 1%, it's hard bloody work. You have to build a business over many, many years, and hopefully you get to sell it because you've built it right. You might not. And you're putting yourself at all those bankruptcy risks and the way the countries are doing their things and the wars and everything else. So look, income focus, please. Leave a comment. Please subscribe if you like the video. If you don't like the video, subscribe anyway, because I'll make more crap videos. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you.